Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. On this episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast, we're going to be breaking down the pilot episode of the classic sci-fi show, Firefly. This was Matt Vader's pick this month.
Hi, bud.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good.
Why'd you pick Firefly?
Because I've always... All right, listen. I don't get this show. I don't get the rabid fan following of this show. I've tried to start this show like 4 or 5 times since it came out. I can never get to the end of the 14th episode before I get bored.
Are you crazy?
And a little, it's like, I don't understand. It's hillbillies in space.
It's amazing.
It's hillbillies in space.
Oh, you're crazy.
And I want people to educate me and convince me that this show deserves the rabid cult-like weird following that it has. I'm not going to not acknowledge that. It does. It has a rabid fan base, very loyal, very crazy. Yeah, and I'm okay with that, but I don't get it because the show wasn't on long enough to be able to garner that much of a rabid fan following.
Okay.
So
I'll convince you.
I don't think you can
by the end of the month.
I'm going through this again and I'm about to episode like 11 and I don't care on my rewatch. So yeah, you need to reconvince me. You're gonna have, you guys got to like get it into my brain why this show is so good with their hillbillies in space with their donkeys and their covered wagons in terraformed planets.
I swear by my pretty floral bonnet, I will end you.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's weird. It's a weird show to me.
All right.
Well, Vader, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And the kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there.
Derp,
said, open spaces, the place you ought to be. So
like,
they loaded up the Serenity.
So how'd they get horses in space? I don't understand. Why? They put the horses in cryogenic sleep. They have a horse trailer they're pulling behind the spaceship.
Maybe.
Come on.
Remember how sometimes we watch zombie movies and Vader's like, don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Just don't think about it too
much. Bro, they colonize. That's what we do. We colonize places.
You're not taking your donkey with you when you colonize space, bro.
Should we have space donkeys as next step?
I'm just saying.
You're going to have to pry my donkey from my cold dead hand.
Take my land.
Got giant city-sized spaceships floating around up there, and you got hillbillies running around and fucking donkeys. It's like, come on. It's like, okay, convince me of why this is real. Why this is good.
I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me.
Come on, bro. I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to this month because I want to understand Firefly. I do.
Jude, what's up?
I'm with you, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Kadish, welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to talk about Firefly. I can remember watching this when it aired out of order, made no sense, and then rewatching it on reruns for the Sci-Fi Channel where they actually aired it in order, and it was much better. And now revisiting it after so many years, it was fun to get to see this show again because I was pretty impressed by the first episode. Like it's a very good episode of TV.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
It does an incredible job of introducing you to this brand new world, and it's like subtly it tells you how it all works. Like it's got the Chinese influence that they're going to throw in there. Like it's never like an exposition dump, but they do a really good job of just setting up the world. Like everybody has their own roles. You get to meet the preacher, and then like something weird happens.
Why
with him.
Fox decided not to air this in order is just, it boggles my mind.
I find it amusing when they're doing stuff in the show and they'll just like randomly shout out some weird made up word.
It's Chinese. It's not made up.
It's like doing something. Oh,
Ching chong.
Flabba flooba flap. So, well, what did he say?
He said a swear word that you can't say in English.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, that's, Clink the Cylons did it better.
I think Joss Whedon said that like he expected China to take over the world at some point in the future. And that's how like their language got kind of like incorporated.
Well, yeah, the Alliance, the Planets of Alliance, whatever the hell the freaking title is. It's an American flag with a Chinese flag stamped over it.
Oh.
It's
Joss Whedon is a fortune teller. You can see the future.
Yeah. Well, I can understand where he's coming from. Makes sense.
All right, well, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
What they didn't tell you in the backstory of this show is that TikTok was responsible for the takeover culturally.
Yeah, we can see that. But I don't know, man. I love the way that this episode or this 2-part episode kind of introduces all the characters, and it's they're very unique and they're very clear in their role. Like you got Kaylee, who's like the adorable, freaking brilliant mechanic. Love Kaylee. She's awesome. I love the Shepherd too. Like Shepherd Book. Is it Book or Brook? Book. He's like this real unassuming dude, and I've never married. I'm just a shepherd.
Everybody calls him grandpa.
He's a priest.
I'm just a priest. That's not all I am. But then, like when the chips are down, and he pulls out some freaking jujitsu, and you're like, oh, there's something more about this guy. Like
that's a grandpa with a story.
Yeah, he's got a story to tell. So I love that aspect of it. Jane is freaking amazing. He's like that. He's the brute. He's the gruff guy who just doesn't give a crap about anything. And my wife introduced me to this show. I had never heard of it. I'm a movie guy. I watch movies. I've never really watched sci-fi TV shows except for like Star Trek back in the 90s and stuff. Yeah. And when I got married to my wife, she's like, oh, have you ever seen Firefly? And I'm like, no, I've never seen this show. Oh, you're gonna like it. And I freaking fell in love. Like I was like, this is amazing. And I watched the whole freaking season. And then I went to her. I'm like, when's the next season coming out? She's like, oh, honey, it's never coming out. I'm like, what?
Why did she do that to you?
She's like, but there's a movie. And I'm like, okay, I want to watch the movie. And I watched the movie and I was like, this ain't right. Something ain't right here. I have a fun fan theory about the movie, though.
Well, it is kind of funny to come back. So, like, this was kind of Joss Whedon's follow-up to Buffy. And so, like, he was kind of like at the height of his popularity at the time. And the Joss faithful all kind of followed him over from Buffy for this show. And, we all know what's happened now with, like, him getting canceled and stuff like that. And basically, like, he's the worst guy to ever grace Hollywood. And, but going back to his older stuff, like, he still made good TV.
Yeah, you know? That's the case where you have to separate the art from the artist, I guess, to a certain extent.
I think that should be true across the board.
Yeah.
Don't worship people.
Well, you can't worship Elon Musk for buying Twitter.
Wow. Say his name 3 more times in the mirror.
It's 2 more times.
Is it 2 more? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you say it 3 times, he's going to appear.
That'd be so cool. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's going to buy our podcast.
He gets his power from some way. He's going to show up behind me. He's going to take a giant bite out of my neck because I'm the one that doesn't love him. And you did that to me.
You're telling me you wouldn't like a vampire Elon Musk? Come on.
That's too much power. Okay. No man should have that much power.
All right, guys. So how this is going to work, if you guys want to jump in and get the full breakdown of this 2-part episode.
Where we rewrite each episode.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do now.
We do.
Head over to saltynerdclub.com.
We just add Nick Cage to every
he improves
Don't spoil
everything.
it.
Yeah, he improves everything. Head over to saltynerdclub.com, join the club membership, and it's only $5 a month, less than a cup of coffee. You guys can get access to 4 exclusive podcasts every single month where we break down old classic sci-fi shows. We've done Doctor Who in the past. We've done Eureka. We're doing Firefly now. We've done Stargate Atlantis. We have a ton of fun doing this, and our club members really like it. So if you'd like to join in and get the access to that, head over to the club membership and join in. Lowest tier, $5. No big deal. Help us out. A great deal. That was weird. Okay.
No big deal. It's not. It might not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to us.
Thank you for correcting my speech.
Also, if you don't have the money, that's fine. We understand.
Yeah.
Where's the Joss Whedon dialogue when you need it?
Oh God, I'm terrible at this.
Flabble floop.
Flabble floop.
Ching chong che.
You get it. I'm so bad at this. V, where can the people find you on the social medias?
Oh, we're doing that already?
Yeah.
You can find me at MavVader74 on the social media stuff. I'm all over out there.
Cool.
Whatever your favorite one is, I'm probably there somewhere.
You say his name 3 times, he's going to show up behind you and take a bite out of your neck.
You ever been with a big man?
That's a great shirt. I'm on Bitter right now. That's the big one.
Bitter?
Bitter. Yeah.
This guy has a profile on literally every single platform.
Well, Bitter is just what, all the weirdos are calling Twitter now.
Oh, really?
They're all upset. It's Bitter.
Is that a thing? That's incredible. I love it.
Hail Elon Musk.
They're all pissed that it changed ownership and it's becoming private.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be walking down the street like, Emotep. Gotta give it 3 months before you're all fucking hypnotized.
I'm angry. I'm going to go to Tumblr. You can cut that out if you want. You don't have to, though.
Jude, where can they find you at? Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. You can find me at I am Juju on Instagram and on TikTok.
Right on. And your TikTok's been blowing up lately.
It's doing well.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
It's good stuff. All right, Kadish, where can they find you at?
They can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Bitter, where I am a blue check mark, by the way. And you can also find me at kadishbooks.com, takes you to my Amazon page where you can check out my novels.
All right, guys, find us on Instagram, Salty Nerd Podcast. Search that, and you'll find us over there. We're sharing videos and photos and all kinds of cool stuff. So help us out. Grow the Instagram account. That's my new goal. I want to get us to 1,000 followers. I'm like 750 or so. So if I can get that 1,000 followers on Instagram, that'd be great. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Stay salty. And club members, let's go talk about Firefly.